Hi everybody, happy July. This is your July newsletter. The numbers for this month, they're going to be attached to your printed portion of the video newsletter. And something else that will be added to the printed portion of the newsletter, it's going to be which properties are going to be inspected in July, so that you know if your house is on the list to be inspected. We always send out the inspection reports as soon as we get them, but this way you know ahead if your house is on the schedule for inspections in the month of July. Let's talk about, which we have been talking about every month in the last few months, and that has to do with heat, air conditioning, habitability. So we have to keep the properties habitable. Yes, we do have 48 hours to complete a repair. However, if it's 106 degrees, which it is this week in Vegas, we cannot wait 48 hours to repair an air conditioner. It becomes uninhabitable. And that means that we have to put the tenant in a hotel. So we really want to be mindful of that. No matter which home warranty you have, 99% of the times they cannot get a vendor out within 24 hours on this heat, and that's something to keep in mind, because sometimes by the time you pay for a hotel and the non-covered cost, it would have been less expensive to bypass that home warranty coverage and taking care of the problem. So if we suggest things like that, it's for a reason. It's in your best interest. Properties, I've seen that it seems like the apartments that have been built in Vegas, it actually was in the Review Journal this weekend. They've finally been completed. So we have several thousand apartments. They're offering enormous incentives from no deposits to free months of rent, which is our major competitive. It's not because the house value is going down. It's because of the competition of the apartments. They're brand new with amenities, and you're getting in with no money, no security deposits, and free rents. It's a big incentive to move. Also, there are several new programs for first-time home buyers. So we had several tenants that decided to break their lease and move on because they bought a house, and they have to take advantage of the incentive programs of obtaining down payment assistance. So we have those competitions going on. Long-term, creating wealth, your property is the best investment. Let's talk about, again, the air conditioning. So it is very critical. Habitability, that's air conditioning, that's plumbing, that's heating, that's, those are things that are non-negotiable. Rekeying of a property, if it becomes safety, it becomes uninhabitable. So we have to look out for you and for us. So if it's something going to cause a problem, we cannot wait. We cannot wait 2 weeks to rekey a property, because you may have somebody that can do it for less money. It becomes uninhabitable, and should something happen to the tenant, then you're responsible for that safety. So with that said, there is a lot of working components in being a landlord, and we're always looking out for your best interest. Let's talk about air conditionings, because it has been insane this time of the month in June, and now going into July with the holiday and the heat rising. We need to make sure that if your choice is to have a home warranty, that you look at your home warranty plan and that you have the best coverage. And the best way to do that is by asking for a property management plan that will cover your air conditioner, that will cover your appliances, that will have minimal non-cover cost. Otherwise, you're throwing away money on a cheap plan that when you need it, it doesn't cover what you're trying to repair. So keep that in mind. If you want suggestions, we'll give them to you. But remember, ultimately, you get what you pay for. So let's have a good month in July. Hopefully, most of you, if not all of you, have learned how to access your statements. It's very important that you do so you can see them. If there is an invoice that you paid, you should have known about it, because our management for work orders will notify you throughout the transaction that there is a work order. But also, and most important, your invoices are always attached to your statement, and there's always a note on your statement. So look for those things. We want to keep communication going and make things as easy as possible. So happy 4th of July, be safe, and we are more than halfway past the year. Look forward for the next half of the year.